Starkville, Mississippi, home of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. And he'll bring it back. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So Tennessee's offense will have the football first. And guys, we talk about how tight ends are a quarterback's best friend. Boy, this guy may take friendship to a whole nother level.
Yeah, it's so nice to have a guy that the size, the athletic ability, and here's why it's always so good. Jesse, what do you want to do, man? Put a linebacker on him, put a safety on him. Nowadays, these guys can win, and it just really makes offense so much easier to run, and it goes pretty smooth.
Yeah, you're right. This guy is a matchup nightmare. And it seems like every week defensive coordinators go in and they don't respect his athleticism, and it ends up burning them. They're going to find out the hard way today. If they try to play him and match him up with linebackers and safeties, this dude makes defenses look silly.
A lot of times those draw plays are successful when those defensive linemen run up the field, rush the quarterback, create some holes. Not this time. The defensive line did a really good job understanding that, seeing the draw play, getting the running back, getting his butt on the ground.
If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this third down in Starkville. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
The give out of the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. They'll run play action. And to get rid of it quickly. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's third and long from the 26. Throws to the wideout. Complete in the middle. The sophomore making a big play and hauling in that pass. We knew coming in that they wanted to push the ball down the field, and they waste no time getting at it.
And I love that, man. I love being aggressive early, setting a tone, sending a message to my team. Listen, we're going to attack down the field. You better be ready for it. This offense comes out, gets the big completion way down the middle of the field.
Looking to pass. It's Aguilar. Going up top. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Quarterback could not have walked that ball and placed it into the hands of his receiver any better. That was a perfect throw. Wide out, deep downfield. You got to finish the play.
Well, will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Leaves it with the running back. And they pick up just one. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Can't make the grab on 3rd down, and that is a rare drop for this guy.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there, but it doesn't happen very often.
The Volunteers line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Probably hope for a little bit more on that one. It'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. The Bulldogs offense will have its first possession of the game. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed. He's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. Two NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take home the prize.
Well, that play didn't stand a chance. I mean, nobody even blocked that guy, and he's able to get the tackle for loss.
The Bulldogs are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Back to throw, it's Shapen. Pressure coming. The short hands, it's Thompson. They make the tackle at the 33, and it is well short of the first down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. Waves the arm for the fair catch, and the catch is made close to the 30-yard line. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. They go to the ground. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. Well, they were trying to run a sweep, but they got put in the dustpan real fast.
And defenses understand, I cannot let fast guys get on the edge. I got to get that ball turning back towards the middle. Really good job of understanding that. Understanding if it gets too far outside from them big boys, they aren't even in the play. They're just chasing and running. So nice job by the defense not allowing that ball to get outside.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. And the Volunteers will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. On the run, it's Booth. Turning it on! An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds his tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Now on 2nd down. Off play action. Grabbed over the middle. It's Booth. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
And the Bulldogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Shapen. And here's a fumble way behind the line. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster?
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls on the football.
The Bulldogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll try the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Wisely avoids the tackle with the slide.
This is why 3rd down is so difficult for quarterbacks because the defense substitutes, they put faster guys on the field, and they've got all of their different exotic looks they've been game planning all week for, some things you haven't seen on film yet, and it confuses your offensive line, it confuses you, and you're out here just trying to make plays, trying to do something right to get a first down. Wasn't able to gain a lot there.
Oh, and the attempt is no good. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Out of the gun to give to the back. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
I mean, you just can't teach and coach big D tackles to be that quick. I mean, he shot right out of his stance, beat the offensive lineman, and he was in the backfield before the O-line even knew it.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Breaks into the open. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
Man, I want to be a running back in this offense. When you take that handoff to the right, you see that blocking and all the holes open up. That's a good sight for a running back.
You've heard of read and react. I think the defense read it. They just didn't react very well.
Well, when you got that kind of a line, just all that push they're getting on that right side, they just pushed the defensive lineman back, got in the linebacker's laps, and man, oh man, it was brutal up front.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
He makes the catch. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down.
You know, and that's why this guy can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Caught in the backfield, it's Staley. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
You know what they need, you know what they want, and you know what they deliver on 3rd down. More cowbell. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to throw, it's Shapen. They've got the screen set up. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
And the Bulldogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Caught near the sticks. It's Thompson. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the first half. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds his man. It's Williams. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
And if nothing else, a notable first half so far in Starkville. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Davis-Wade Stadium.
The Vols will kick it off to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Evans. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Caught over the middle, it's Winston.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
The Bulldogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Runs through a tackle. And that defense just ran through that offensive front. He broke a couple of tackles, but nowhere to run.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Now the play fake. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Well, this offense has really struggled so far early in this game, and the passing game particularly. A lot of that is on the quarterback, but at some point you need guys to step up and help him out. That was a very good throw. His receiver has got to be able to make that catch. It just takes one play to get momentum and build some confidence, but the guys around the quarterback, they've now got to step up for this offense.
First snap in this drive will come from the 46. Off play action on first down. Finds his man. It's Ramsey. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
I like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throwing the football. That's what to catch you, big fella.
And the Vols with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. To the ground with the back. Fighting off the defender. And he is swarmed under a host host of defenders there to make the stop.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
At the 35, he's open. All the way down to the 25-yard line, they move the sticks. It's first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
The give to the tailback. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to pass, it's Aguilar. Quickly to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this 3rd down in Starkville. Pocket breaking down. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
And they'll send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. It's good. They double their lead up to 6 here in the 3rd quarter.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. They'll try to put a drive together starting from their own 12. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Navigates that mass of bodies and gets 4 out to the 17.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Working that left side now. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Quick catch on 3rd down. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a 1st down. We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. Motion from the back. Dropping back, it's Shapen. Unloads to the wideout. Snagged in the middle, it's Thompson. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
And, man, this offense needed that. They've got to get it going. That clock is ticking. They've got 0 points on the game. They've got to put a couple of plays together. There's play number 1. Let's see if they can get a streak going, get down the field, and put some points on the scoreboard.
Bringing the heat. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
And the Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. That's caught. It's Mosley. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
On third down, he drops to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Traore. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Wants to go up top on first down. Pulls it in. It's Mosley. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
The Bulldogs can really attack on this second and short. He'll do it himself on the draw. Mississippi State comes out after picking up the first down. Scanning the field, it's Shapen. Finds his man. He's out of bounds at the 26-yard line.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Line getting set on second down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Trying play action. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but oof, that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that one.
The defense coming out to protect the lead, but this offense still has plenty of time. Likely their final drive. Another incompletion on third down.
QB decided not to hand it off on that RPO. Defense, great job taking the throwaway, now setting up fourth.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. That's reeled in. It's Glover. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. And the Bulldogs, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Grabs it in the middle. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. He'll keep it himself. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
That is how it's done. In the clutch, in the big time, your offense comes up with the big drive, puts points on the board. Now you tell your kicker, go knock this PAT through, take the lead. Nice execution by this offense.
A huge point after this for the lead. And he knocks it through to put him up by 1, and now the D will try to hang on. So they played keep away and held it for 16 plays on the scoring drive and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. They're set to kick it off, and you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Let's see what he can do with the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. From the gun, the running back has it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You wonder about the mindset right now of the offensive coordinator, too, because they need points, and running the football just is not going to get it done. Early in the drive, late in the drive, I think you've got to be in attack mode right now throwing.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Dropping back, it's Aguilar. Unloads it left. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
And this is a tough spot now to be in for this offense because it's 3rd and long. The defense knows you have to pass the football, so they're going to be playing conservative. So what's your play you can dial up? Maybe get half of this back. Like, I know the clock is ticking, but I got to make sure that I maybe cut this down and make it a more manageable 4th down if I don't complete this 3rd and long.
And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th.
3rd downs are so crucial, and quarterbacks, you want them to be elite with their functioning, be able to go through their progressions, get rid of the football, not take sacks. But they just took a sack. How about the individual effort by that defense, understanding 3rd down and getting to the quarterback?
Quickly out to the tight end. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. This offense has it with really good field position. Looking for a gap. It's Booth. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
From the gun, to give, looking for room. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. 3rd and long, and they'll need to get it close to the goal line to convert. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
That is how it's done. Great job by this offense, and because of the score and the time, kick the extra point because you're going to make them go down the field, have to score, and get a 2-point conversion to tie this football game. Great drive by this offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the PAT makes it 14-6. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Able to work his way for 5 yards. He needs a lot more than that, but they did get the clock stopped.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Wants to throw. It's Aguilar. Quick strike complete. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Looking to throw on first down. And the ball's on the ground. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Man, that's deflating. And as a defensive guy, I was frustrated when my offense didn't come through when I needed him to. But now it's my time. I got to go make a play. I got to go force a turnover, get the ball back to my offense so we can tie or win this ball game.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. Looks like the offense will just take a knee. A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great. The home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David. They played a big factor.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still excited. They play a big factor, and it affects everything. College football, road atmospheres, they're tough. Even when the team isn't ranked like they weren't today, these are the types of moments that can jump up and bite you.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.